Today on Teuty's Track Analysis, we have the track of the day for February 15th, Master of None by Spacko. Master of None is a mixed surface track made from the surfaces road, dirt, and grass. The track contains a risky and non-risky finish, with the risky finish needing a minimum of 330 speed to reach it. If you opt to take the safe finish with the same speed, it'll cost you roughly a quarter of a second. I found the track to be slightly easier than an average track of the day, rating it a 4 out of 10. I completed the track with a time of 41.105, and this is nearly 3 seconds ahead of the gold medal time and 0.12 behind the author medal time. Overall, I thought the track was pretty good, and on the plus and minus rating scale, I would rate Master of None a plus plus. For today's analysis, we are using the current world record ghost driven by Insanity. They completed the track with a time of 40.491, and this is 0.614 ahead of my personal best. For the start of the track, there's really not a ton of different stuff you can do here. As long as you don't go too high to the right on this hill here, you should not really lose that much time. You also don't want to be too far down to the left either, so kind of just take this one right down the middle. Here, I could have turned a little bit earlier, but it's not that big of a deal. This brings us into the entrance for the dirt section, which you want to have a wide approach here. So once you get onto the dirt, you already have an angle towards the corner. Then really you just kind of want to straighten out and go up this hill. Try not to oversteer too much. On the exit here, I go up high to the right to get a bit more exit speed. Initially, this will put me a little bit behind, but then I'll catch back up to about the same distance as before. Once you get out of the dirt, you want to be fairly aggressive on an inside line in this grass. If you are wide here to the right on the grass, it'll make you turn very aggressively on this upcoming right-hand turn. And moving up a tiny bit, I just want to say that if you are on a similar line here, you want to start turning right about where this white line is. This turn is also fairly deceptive on its difficulty. Here on the exit, you can easily slide out too far to the left and hit these arrows. If you're too far on an inside line, you will crash into either this pole or you will go in the hole that surrounds it. So generally, it's a little trickier than it otherwise looks. If you manage to get through that cleanly, you'll be setting up for this drift here. Kind of want to be set up down the middle. Here I'm much too far inside, so I have to be fairly aggressive on my drift in order to get around the corner. And we'll see that lesser exit speed here as the world record pulls further ahead than it really has for the entirety of the track so far. This dirt turn here is also where I lost basically all the time difference in the entire track here. The world record is able to take that upper line throughout the entire section and just pull very far ahead here. I tried to take that upper dirt line a few times and really just never came close to being able to achieve it. For this drift here, you want to start it fairly early. You also don't want to hold it too long so you can get that grip right away. Get just around the flagpole and also just scraping by the right edge of the checkpoint. That leads us into this grass section here, which you want to take down to the right. Anywhere to the upper left area will result in airtime and most likely you crashing out. There's not a ton of room for error to take this turn really, but it's also not the most difficult to set up. For the grass turn, just take it kind of down the middle and then leave somewhere towards the bottom right side. After that, you're basically smooth sailing into the finish. Take this part full speed, you don't have to release or drift, and you need about 330 speed minimum to reach this risky finish. So I feel like I've been driving much better lately. This is a result of two things, I think. One is just my confidence levels and my ability to drive a lot of more difficult lines has gone up significantly. Also, a big aspect of it is that I have been leaving world record ghosts on and driving against those to get precisely the lines that they are driving and trying to replicate those. Generally, I have been leaving those off because I feel like I wasn't skilled enough to really drive against them, and it kind of would just put me down seeing me being so far behind. But I finally feel like my confidence level is high enough and my skill level is high enough to be able to race against them and drive the lines correctly. And not to really boast about my own videos here, but I do feel like these videos have helped me out a lot as well. Being able to examine like every single thing in video form, being able to pause and rewind and watch things over and over again has really helped me get the fine details of every little aspect. And I hope these videos have helped you guys out as well. And if you enjoyed today's analysis, please like the video and subscribe. Check the description for links to my Twitch and Discord if you're interested in those. And be sure to check out all the other track analysis videos out on the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next one.